What's going on, guys? Charles Dove here, and I want to show you guys how you can locate businesses that actually need your professional services. Because let's be completely honest, not every business is ready to spend money on advertising. So if you're an agency or you're a service provider of some sort, how do you start generating clientele? And let's focus specifically on the agency aspect. If you're a local agency providing any sort of service for a business, it could be accounting, it could be automations and systems and processes like I focus on, could be marketing, whatever it may be. If you're marketing, I hope you already understand how a lot of this works. But essentially, it starts with just research. And all you really have to do is come into you could use Facebook, you could use Google. You just search up the type of business you're looking to locate, the state, look at the pages, and you have a plethora of businesses that you can do a quick audit on and understand where they're at this moment within their technology or their marketing. And I like to keep things very, very, very simple. If we're going to look up this business here, Bulldog, I'm going to look at one of the prospects that was a good example. One second. Okay, I'm not going to try and find what I had there. But essentially, we're going to let's look at Red Parlor. Let's go through this one together. They have 2 reviews right now. And the deal is with them, they have their website. So let's take a look at their website. Pop it open here. Okay, so immediately I know these guys don't know what they're doing with their website. And that's okay. I mean, it's not good or bad. It's just they need help, right? And the number one thing that I usually do in an audit is I would look at their website, okay? And then we'd also go to Google and we would search up. Okay, so they have 154 Google reviews, so they're doing something right. And typically my threshold is under 200 reviews. I like to message and outreach to them, see if they're active on social media. So they're active here. So if I send them a DM through this means of outreach, they will respond. So if they may or may not, but the chances are a lot higher rather than last posting in 2023. So we look at that, and that defines how we're going to reach out to them, whether it's text, call, email, typically just a message first. And we'd pull open the website again like we did. So 154, say, okay, so this person could benefit from a message and a simple voice message. Hi, this is Charles Dove. I was taking a look at your website. Or hey, Red Parlor, my name's Charles Dove. I'm with CNC Strategic, and I was noticing on your website you didn't have a clear call to action or a way for people to opt in so that you could automatically outreach to these people via text or email. And I typically use AI, set it up in the corner of your site. That way, when they opt in, they're immediately getting a text and an email, so you can automate your booking process. That way, you're not going to spend more money on ads. You're going to use what you already have to generate more leads because you're leaving money on the table. And the second thing is, I noticed that you guys do have 154 reviews. And typically what I like to do to generate another quick win for some of my clients is I would automate the review process. So the second that you finish a tattoo or the second you finish X, Y, and Z, you can automate that review request so you're not chasing people around for reviews and you're not chasing people around to book an appointment with you. You automate these processes to generate more out of what you currently have. Increase your output without more input and automate these things. My name is Charles Dove. I'm with CNC Strategic. If you like what I had to say, just reach back out. And you send out a plethora of these messages. And you don't have to spend money on ads. It's a good way to generate consistent subscriptions or retaining models, right? A monthly subscription. So if these clients need help with their automations and their systems in this particular type of service that I'm providing, they can just reach back out. I lock them in and I generate a new subscription for my business. And all I typically do is I just have a GUI level, and obviously I have my own automations. And this is a really awesome way to generate some front end clients so that you can move into paid ads in the future, which is another conversation. But you would literally just add the prospect, you would add the business's name, add the contact. So, right? Create new contact, email, phone, automatically adds the opportunity name, add the business, add the source. So if it's Facebook, add Facebook. I typically put like Facebook DM or direct SMS, depending on how I reached out. Tag the business itself. And then I add some notes for the prospect that I can go ahead and reference back to. So let's see what I put here. Okay, so I sent a loom to these people. And the next step is once they respond, I'll go ahead and I'll send them a quick loom breaking down what I said, introducing myself, so I don't waste all my energy sending a million looms, right? And a loom is just a recorded screen video like you're seeing here with my face in the corner. And you can utilize yourself, your energy, your charisma. And that way you can set an appointment. If they want to call you, you can call them. And I typically have a next step process here. So the second that they actually book, automatically adds them here. And this is from very limited outreach. I'm helping one of my other clients right now and going through the process or students and showing them how to do this. So as I'm teaching them, I thought it'd be a great resource to just add to the channel. So if you guys want to learn how to generate your own client book for your own service or agency, you guys have this. I wish I was able to use Go High Level when I first started over a decade ago. And the process here is very simple moving forward, right? They opt in or they want the appointment. You spoke to them. Go High Level is very awesome. So you could literally just go to your list. If they were interested, move them over. You can organize the pipeline however you really would like. And you can book appointments automatically. And typically what I like to do is I have my calendar. You book the time. And let me show you my automations. So I have calendar appointment reminders. And that way, when I book an appointment, I always grab the right phone number that I can text and their email and automatically create the opportunity in the right pipeline. And I would then notify myself, send a notification to Slack, and then you have messages coming out via email, right? And that's from me, the CEO, and then a text from me confirming with a video they should watch. So I'm going to show you that as well. So when they opt in, they have to watch this quick pre-call video. So let's open that up.
Hey, Charles Dove here, the founder of CNC Strategic Consulting. Now, if you're watching this video, it's because you booked a call with us. And I want to prepare you so this becomes one of the most valuable conversations.
It's literally a quick 3-minute video that they watch to get prepared for the call. And these assets are wonderful to have. And they're not super high intensive or costly to build. They're just simple assets that create a system and a process. When people opt in, they have assets and materials to go through. A reply yes, who we are, some more assets. So watch this, how we fix this company's systems and 3 times revenue. You know what I'm trying to say. And that way this comes from my CTO, wait 2 days, and then it sends out another appointment reminder, so on and so forth, all the way before the call. Like I got one here in 15 minutes. And this creates a very systematic approach to your outbound, your outreach, whether you're doing it or you hire somebody to do it. And then what ends up happening is you have this system now when people are coming in, it's automatically sending out these texts. And you could also hook up something called, I'm going to look it up for you guys so you guys can see it point-wise. Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm not going to dive into this, but I created a couple AI agents using NAN, but I've actually found that this is so much easier, simpler to use when handling messaging. It will literally book appointments for you, or you can use it to message people for whatever purpose that you really need. But I absolutely love Appointwise, and I 10 times out of 10 recommend Appointwise for AI messaging, AI agents. And another great thing I like to do is if the first call went well, with these prospects, the sales process is very simple. I'm also building out some SOPs for this as I'm going through this. I'm also allowing my my students to use my SOPs for my agency as I go through this process. I also did set up let's see if I can find it. One sec. All right, I didn't set up the domain for this one yet, but this is another one. After the first call, I automate another string of automations that are a little bit different, more defined, because you've already had the first call. You book the second call. First call is just a discovery, and then we do a second call close and pricing and all that. We go over in second call. I'm not going to go over on this video, but this is a quick 15-minute video.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Charlie here, one of the owners and founders of CNC Strategic. I know you're probably busy, but we're
okay.
Really
So I actually
about you, your business, and show you how.
I actually sped this one up to save my prospects some time, but it's a complete walkthrough on FAQs to save them time and to save us time, so they understand who we are, what we do, what we provide. And that way the call is less about questions, save 50 minutes on the call, 15 minutes on the call, and we're talking more about what we're solving, how we're going to solve it. And they really come with a limited amount of questions. So it turns into more of an order taking call and rather than a sales call. And this saves us so much time. It creates a system. So we're utilizing our own systems. They're seeing the systems that we're using ahead of time. And no matter what kind of service you're providing and you're doing outreach for, having these things in place save you time, save you money. And the best part is Go High Level is not expensive at all, like $97 a month. And you can build websites and build many things through this platform. Too many options, actually, way too many. So if we recap, it really comes down to, and I'm going to show you the SOP for this. Very simple. To generate high quality leads through intentional personalized outbound outreach using Facebook, SMS, email, Instagram, Loom audits, etc. And we go by some very simple steps: sourcing the prospects, giving them an audit, checking the qualifications of what we're looking to basically, how we would qualify somebody to be a potential prospect for us. So we define that, determine the correct outreach channel, add them in the Go High Level, outreach execution, right? And I actually give some very specific examples in my SOPs here: follow-up procedure, quality check. And yeah, I mean, I keep it very simple, but I always like, if you guys saw my other SOP video, which you guys can go check out, I show you guys how I document processes. As I'm going through things, I document them so that when I move on to other tasks, I can just hand it off. I don't have to train somebody. I've already gone through the process of seeing what's working best for a specific niche and outreach for this specific agency model that I'm doing, right? CNC Strategic Consulting. And that way, it saves me time. It's all about saving time and systems. That's what I'm about. And if you have a background in business, marketing, sales, systems is only going to make you more dangerous. So hopefully this video was helpful to you guys. I don't have any other input as far as this video goes, but if you guys have any questions or suggestions or anything of the sort, just please feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, and like this video if you got some value out of it. All right, take care.